What's up guys, it's Nearly Last and welcome. In this video what we're going to be doing is another class setup video, and this time guys we're going to be focusing around the Weevil. Now the Weevil in particular has got a bit of a love and hate relationship with certain people. For me, I don't mind it, but I really do not think that is quite on par with some of the other SMGs in the game. But what we're going to do is look at one of the kind of class loadouts that I tend to be running with the Weevil. So first of all we're going to be starting off with the actual attachments. Now the attachments, first one is going to be quick draw. Like I said plenty of times in previous videos, this is obviously to be helping get that weapon up as fast as possible. But with the Weevil in general, now the time to kill on this particular gun is not the greatest whatsoever. So for me personally, quick draw is going to be quite essential, especially when you come up in close quarters. You come up against like a VMP or say like a Kuda or something like that with rapid fire on it. You definitely want to be making sure you're getting that weapon up and trying to get those shots in first to give you a greater chance of actually downing the enemy. Then we're going to be moving on to the next one, which is going to be stock. Now stock is another quite essential one. I know a lot of people tend to be running it with the SMGs. I think I stick it on with about 99% of all my SMG classes, but especially with this Weevil. Now, like I say, as soon as we're aiming down in ADS, we want to try to make sure that we're downing these enemies straight away. Now, if we're coming up against anything, say like a VMP, which can quite easily melt you away, or we come up into medium ranges against like a KM44, HVK, or anything else like that, we definitely want to be strafing in and out of gunfire if they're firing back upon us, because with this actual Weevil, the damage is very poor, and sometimes it does take those few extra shots to actually down that particular enemy. So this is going to give us a greater chance of actually winning that particular gun battle. Now moving on to the next one, and that is going to be rapid fire. Now with rapid fire, especially on the Weevil, now this is just going to help to increase that time to kill straight away, because as soon as we can hit all those targets on target straight away, pretty much you're going to be winning that gunfight. So for me, rapid fire is a great attachment to be sticking on with the Weevil. And then moving on to the last attachment, and that is going to be grip. Now because we've got a little bit of added recoil on top of the Weevil, I know the Weevil's recoil isn't that bad, but because we've got that little added bit on there, we definitely want to be making sure that we're hitting the target straight away. We're not kicking up or anything else like that. So making sure all those shots hit the target, this is where grip's going to come into play straight away. Then the perks that I'm actually running in this particular gameplay is Ghost, just because I want to be flanking around. I don't want people knowing exactly where I am when I'm trying to get up into the enemy spawn. Then we're going to be going with fast hands. Fast hands obviously going to complement quick draw and making sure we're getting this weapon up as quickly as possible. And then the last one is going to be blast suppressor. Now in certain particular maps and game modes and that, I tend to be jumping around a lot more, so you can swap this one out for dead silence or anything else in particular. But coming up on your screen now guys is the actual class setup. Now as you can see with the particular class setup, one of the attachments that I would say that you can swap out for is grip. If you want to swap out grip and you're quite happy with the recoil, you can maybe swap that out for extended mags or fast mags. But with the actual rapid fire on this gun, because the magazine is quite large, you can pretty much get away with downing a few enemies, even though you've got rapid fire on, you haven't got extended mags or anything else like that. But like I say, if you're quite happy to actually get rid of grip and quite happy with the recoil on this gun, you can then quite happily swap it out for extended mags or maybe fast mags instead. But this is the kind of class setup, one of the class setups, that I actually tend to be running with the Weevil, just to try and get this gun to be working at the best of its ability. But guys, pause this, go stick this in your creator class, go give this one a try out, let me know exactly how you get on with it. But for me personally, it does work, as you're just seeing in this particular gameplay. But anyway guys, coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you jumping on that, and guys, if you drop a like on this video, support my channel, it'd be even better. This is Nearly Last, and I'll catch you later.